Former President Jacob Zuma will find out if his trial will be postponed today. Judge Pete Quinn will deliver the ruling today. Zuma wants proceedings halted to allow for the Constitutional Court to decide on a fresh recusal application. The former president still wants State Prosecutor Billy Downer removed from the arms deal case. Our senior reporter Siphamandla Goge is standing by at the KwaZulu-Natal High Court in Pietermaritzburg and joins us. Good morning, Siphamandla. Can you just remind our viewers of the facts surrounding this particular case and the judgment we expect today?
It all centers around former President Jacob Zuma's application to have Billy Downer removed as the state lead prosecutor in this matter. That initial application was dismissed by Judge Pete Quinn at the Pietermaritzburg High Court. Former President Jacob Zuma went to the Supreme Court of Appeal wanting to petition the Supreme Court of Appeal. The judges there said, there are no prospects of success here. He wrote to the then President of the Supreme Court of Appeal, Justice Meyer, to say, can you please reconsider this decision of the Supreme Court of Appeal judges? Please listen to me. I feel that I've got a strong case to make. There are prospects of success if I appeal this matter. That was dismissed. Now, the former president has launched his application with the highest court in the land, and that is the Constitutional Court. He simply wants Billy Downer removed from prosecuting him. Why is that so? Because he alleges that Billy Downer is biased, that Billy Downer has got a personal vendetta to grind against him. He is of the view that he will not get a fair trial. He argues and alleges that Billy Downer is basically a compromised individual in this matter, something that Billy Downer himself and the NPA have disputed. Even Judge Pete Quinn, when he was dismissing former President Jacob Zuma's application, he did say there is no evidence to back up all the allegations that he was making at the time. And Judge Pete Quinn said if and when the former president feels that he needs to appeal whatever decision, he can appeal that after the end of the trial. Judge Pete Quinn was very clear to say all these appeals processes are delaying the start of the trial, which is already delayed, by the way. It's more than just a decade or just close to 2 decades now this matter has been with the courts. Judge Pete Quinn saying it's time to get on with it after the trial. Whoever is aggrieved, legal recourse is there, they are allowed to appeal. But the former president has said, I want to exhaust all these legal avenues. It's my legal and constitutional rights to do so. He has gone to the Court. Now, today's judgment is mainly whereby Judge Pete Quinn will decide whether a lower court can actually proceed with a matter, whereas a superior court is still yet to rule and give judgment on the former president's application. The NPA and Billy Downer are of the view that the trial can continue while that application by the former president is with the Constitutional Court. Former President Jacob Zuma's legal team is saying, no, don't rush it. It's within our rights to go to the Court. We complied with all the deadlines, the time frames and the guidelines that were given to us. We have filed our application. Wait for the Court to decide what happens. Then we can come back and commence with the trial. The NPA is saying, no, actually you have been dismissed by the High Court, the Supreme Court. There are no prospects of success even at the Constitutional Court. So let's get on with it. So the difficulty for Judge Pete Quinn here is that can a lower court actually decide to proceed with a matter that is still seized with, or rather that the superior court is still seized with? So today's judgment is mainly whereby Judge Pete Quinn will say the trial will be postponed or the trial will go ahead.
All right. And what are analysts saying insofar as the likelihood of it continuing, given that the Superior Court is still is seized with the matter currently?
Very slim. Those chances, that happening, it's very slim. If you take into account what Judge Pete Quinn himself said in court when he was basically asking the prosecution to say, But do you understand the predicament that I'm facing here in this matter? Yes, this matter is very important. All cases before courts are important. This is a high-profile case. It has to get underway. It's long delayed, but now we cannot just rush things because there are still appeals processes that are with the Constitutional Court. So how do I navigate around that? Because I'm a lower court here, a superior court is yet to make a determination. So how do we navigate around that? And I guess today when he hands down his judgment, the reasons will center around that application that has been lodged by the former president with the Constitutional Court to say, I've decided that the trial has to be postponed to allow all the processes to be finalized. The matter is now with the Concord. Let's allow the justices at the Concord to finalize it, or to say I've actually decided that we can proceed with this case pending the finalization of that appeals process, or rather that application that is with the Constitutional Court. So we'll find out from the reasons of Judge Piet Koen whether he decides to postpone the matter, of which is very likely that he will postpone the matter. If he decides to say, okay, I hear you NPA and prosecutions, let's get on with the matter, but he will have to touch on what does it mean, the fact that the former president has approached the Constitutional Court. Analysts are saying just wait for all the appeals processes to be finalized, because you don't want any technicality and come back. Rather, finalize all the appeals processes. It's the last stage anyway. The Constitutional Court is the last stage. If the former president is successful there, then you will see what you do. If he is unsuccessful, as many people are predicting that there are no prospects of success, then we'll come back to the Pietermaritzburg High Court. We just start with the trial.
All right, Siphamandla, thank you very much for that update. That's senior reporter Siphamandla Goge.